Hey, what's going on guys? I'm Traffy and today I'll be going over chapter 231 of Tokyo Revengers. But before that, don't forget to subscribe if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest content on your favorite anime manga titles. And with that aside, let's get right into it. So chapter 231 is titled Blood Chilling, which is pointing to the fact that something terrifying might happen. And it starts out with Kakucho facing off against Mikey. And I'm sure we're all just waiting for Mikey to body him, but he's not even fighting back, he's just taking Kakucho's hits like a punching bag. Something's off with Mikey here, and Kakucho knows it. He then shouts at Mikey asking why he's holding back, and why he's even on the battlefield if he isn't going to fight. It's as if he's fighting a ghost instead of Mikey. He doesn't even respond, he seems to be in his head. Then he starts talking to himself, saying, "Kenshin, I'm empty inside," as he puts his fist on his chest. I'm not gonna lie, this was a heartbreaking moment. When he called him Kenshin, I couldn't help but pause for a second. I still can't believe he's dead myself, and I feel the same as Mikey in that regard. But then in the next panel, we see Mikey's dark impulse emanating so much darkness around him, changing him completely. While it was a really cool panel to see, it's sad that it marks the dark path he's taking. And after he loses it, Kakucho is there, witnessing everything, and we can see he's frightened. It's almost like the darkness is devouring him. We've never seen the number 2 of Tenjiku this frightened before. I believe it was Draken's death that triggered his dark impulse, combined with him already losing himself. One thing's for sure, Mikey will never be the same again, and if Takemichi doesn't do something here, I think it could be too late to help him. But then we cut to the fight between Terano and Senju. The previous chapter ended with Terano getting back up after Senju knocked him down, and now it's Senju's full strength against Terano's impulse. In the panel, we also see Takemichi just standing there in the back. He's been standing there for about 3 chapters now, but I can't blame him since he's still processing the battle in front of him as well as Draken's death. So Senju starts walking towards Terano, and he expresses how much fun he's having right now. He goes in for a punch, but Senju easily dodges it and counters with a flying jump kick in midair on his face. Her agility is impressive and fun to watch, but despite being kicked in the face, Terano is thrilled to be in such an enjoyable fight, and he wants it to continue. He reminds me of Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. He loved a good fight so much that it became a strange trait. Terano gets more aggressive and hits Senju while she's in the air, knocking her down and sending her flying right past Takemichi. Takemichi calls out to her and refers to Terano as a monster for using such unparalleled strength. He dealt serious damage, even causing her to spit out blood with that punch. It puts into perspective how much of a monster he actually is, because he beat down Senju, who wasn't holding back after showing her hidden strength. But it's definitely not over for her yet. After an anticlimactic ending like that, she'll be back soon. One thing I noticed is that Benkei and Waka are missing. Why didn't they help Senju this whole time? In chapter 229, both Benkei and Waka got back up and watched Senju charge into the fight. I can only assume they're fighting someone else, or they were taken out by the Kanto Manji gang. Terano grabs Takemichi and tells him to move, when suddenly he gets a vision that shows Terano dead on the ground. And one thing to note is that he was bleeding around his mouth, showing that he took a fatal blow somewhere on his face. Takemichi is standing in shock, wondering if that was a real vision. Meanwhile, Terano just walks right past him, but Takemichi couldn't believe that the unparalleled strength of Terano was actually beaten. I'm with him on this one. Terano has immense power and is arguably stronger than Senju, another of the 3 deities. How could someone like him die so easily? But while Terano is walking, Kakucho gets thrown right in front of him. We can see he's out cold and took a beating. Terano is shocked for a second because someone as strong as Kakucho was beaten down this badly. Even Takemichi is stunned looking at him. Then we see it was Mikey who sent him flying, and he's walking towards Terano with a sinister look in his eyes. It was such a badass panel, seeing Mikey walking over with so many members from each gang knocked out behind him. Also, I couldn't help but notice Mikey's neck here. Ken gave him that giraffe neck for this single panel. It must be signifying the longer the neck, the stronger the character. Nah, but in all seriousness, it was a well drawn panel, and his coat might have been hiding his stature all this time. The final panel shows Mikey confronting Terano, and Mikey is giving him a death stare. Takemichi is once again behind them, and he ponders the idea that Mikey could be the person who killed Terano in his vision. This chapter was hype, and it showed that Mikey still cared about Draken. He's just unable to process his emotions after all he's been through. I don't know if Mikey really is the person who kills Terano, because if he kills someone in this timeline, it could change him forever. But if he does beat Terano, this might be the start of a different Bonten. On the bright side, it doesn't look like Senju is dying in this timeline anymore, or at least it's not likely right now. And since Senju didn't die, Takeomi should no longer be in the future Bonten. I don't see Kakucho joining either, after being frightened by Mikey like that, but maybe the fear makes him join. Whatever Takemichi does next is going to greatly affect the future, and I can't wait. Let me know what you thought about Mikey's Dark Impulse awakening, and do you think Mikey will kill Terano, or will it be someone else? But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button for the latest and greatest content on your favorite anime manga titles. I'm Traffy, and I'll see you in the next one.